Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of hell gate, he should have all turning the key. Knock, 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 who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time, have napkins enough about you. Here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, who's there? The other devils. Name faith, he's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Faith, here's an English tailor come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor, here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, never at quiet, what are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought to have it let in some of all professions that go the primrose of Wade to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon. I pray you remember the porter. Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed that you do lie so late? Faith, sir, we were carousing to the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of 3 things. What 3 things does drink especially provoke? Marry, sir, nose pointing, nose painting, sleep and urine. Lechery, sir, provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him, and it mars him. It sets him on, and it takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him, makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him, and asleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him. I believe drink gave thee the lie last night. That it did, sir, the very throat in me, but I requited him for his lie, and I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my legs some time, yet I made a shift to cast him. Is thy master stirring? Good morrow, noble sir. Good morrow both. Is the king stirring, worthy thane? Not yet. He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour. I'll bring you to him. I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one to labor. We delight in physics again. Physics pain, this is the door. I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service. Does the king hence today? He does. He did appoint so. The night has been unruly, where we lay our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard of the air, strange screams of death, and prophesying with accent terrible of dire combustion and confused events. New hatched to the woeful time, the obscure bird clamoured the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake. 'Twas a rough night. My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it. Oh, horror, horror, horror! Tongue, no heart, cannot conceive nor name thee. What's the matter? Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Now most sacrilegious murder hath broke ope the Lord's anointed temple, and stole thence the life of the building. What is it you say, the life? Mean you his majesty? Approach the chamber, destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak, see and then speak yourselves. Awake, awake, ring the alarm bell, murder and treason, Banquo and Donalbain, Malcolm, awake, shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Up, and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, Banquo's from your graves rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror. Ring the bell. What's the business? That such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house. Speak, speak. Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo, Banquo, our royal master's murdered. Oh, alas, what in our house? Too cruel anywhere. Dear Duff, I prithee contradict thyself and say it is not so. Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time, for from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys, renown and grace is dead, the wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag of. What is amiss? You are, and do not know it.
Hey bro,
Spring.
Can I ask you something? Did you know that there's 12 books to that series?
Yeah.
The Wizard of Oz? And we only get 2.
Right.
I wonder where the other 10 are.
I don't know. Maximus. You are, and do not know it, the spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped. Your royal father is murdered. Oh, by whom? Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood, so were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them. And yet I do repent me of my fury, that I did kill them. Wherefore did you so? Who can be wise, amazed, temperate, and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man at the expedition of my violent love outrun the pause or reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in a nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There the murderers, steeped in the colours of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore, who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love's known. Help me, Hansel. Look to the lady. Why do we hold our tongues that most may claim this argument for ours? What should be spoken here, where our fate hid in our auger hole may rush and seize us? Let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed, nor a strong sorrow upon the foot of motion. Look to the lady, and when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer an exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work. To know it further, fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the indivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice. And so do I, so all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together, well contented. What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. I'll to England, to Ireland I. Our separate fortune shall keep us both as safer where we are. There's daggers in men's smiles, the near in blood, the nearer bloody. This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest ways to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, and but shift away. There's want in that theft, which steals itself when there's no mercy left.